is up, dudes? I got back from the Big E like hour, 2 hours ago, something like that. I am drunk. Tweet this shit out. Yeah. Come home online with a quick stream. What is up, dudes? I don't know if any of the guys are around tonight. I'm gonna shoot them the link anyways. Yeah. What the fuck is going on? Trying to pull some shit up to look at and get another beverage going. I went and got absolutely blasted at the Big E with the girlfriend. Coming home now, have a little smoke and hang out with the dudes if anybody's around. Talked with Mitch a little bit about the game stuff tonight. Lots and lots going on. Hell yeah. Yeah, I can't even fucking think of what to talk about. We went to see MGK tonight. That was some wacky shit. Didn't pay to get in, and then cops ended up having to cut through the gate, and we just walked in behind them. A website redirect leads to Gun Media, a concept design studio and publisher with a passion for horror. A Texas Chainsaw Massacre game might be in development. I really want to do a video on this at some point. Because I'm really curious about this. It's like the game based on the classic horror franchise Texas Chainsaw Massacre might be in development from Gun Media, as found on Reddit. Heading leatherfacethegame.com instantly redirects people to Gun Media's website, where it proudly states they're a concept studio and publisher with a passion for horror. Leatherface has been the villain of virtually every Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. Gun Media's back catalog includes horror, survival, Friday the 13th, the game, and first-person psychological horror, Layers of Fear. Responding to questions about the lack of updates about what's coming next from the studio, Gun Media's CEO Wes Keltner, took to Twitter and said, I've had a few folks asking why we can't be transparent about The Crow and not our other project. Why we can be transparent about The Crow and not the other project. It's because there's NDAs with the current project, but the Crow idea was born online, so I told the rights holders from the start that I was going to be open. They agreed. Fans also believe the tweet below, posted earlier this year, was also a clue. Yeah, that's pretty thin. Actor Kane hired to provide motion capture. Also revealed he's been back working with the studio for another horror franchise that I can't talk about yet, but you'll see eventually. Okay, a bunch of bullshit other than that. Pretty thin overall. That's kind of a bummer. I mean, they probably are doing it, but I didn't even know there was a Crow game. What the fuck? I'm real worried with Gun Media doing anything. They did not do a great job with the Friday the 13th game all around. Oh, cool. Big ass spider on my wall. Gun Media trying to obtain licenses for the Crow game. Featured in articles from Forbes to Fangoria. Jesus. Oh, God, that was the other thing I just saw right when I got home from Twitter. They're fucking rebooting Lost Boys. Oh, man. Yeah, not looking forward to this stuff. Oh, God. Fucking spider, go away. I will end you. Yeah. I'm gonna hang out. Have ourselves a smoke. Crow Game seems to not have shit for it either. See if Gun Media's website has anything, and I can share that with you dudes. Is it Gun Interactive, I guess? I always thought it was Gun Media. Alright. Share this real quick. Friday the 13th, Layers of Fear 2. Gun is a concept design studio and publisher with a passion for horror. I never played the Layers of Fear games. I don't know if those are any good. I've heard good things about Breach and Clear too. Ooh, careers! Sick. Let's check out the Layers of Fear tab here. First-person psychological horror game with an emphasis on exploration and story. Players control a Hollywood actor who heeds the call of an enigmatic director to take on the lead role in a film shot aboard an ocean liner. Beware, for all may not truly be what it seems. Yeah, I've heard good things about these games too. Curious. I like that vibe. Looks like Outlast. I've been looking at a lot of stuff like this lately too. Talking with Mitch, and I think I have a solid idea finally for our little horror game to start out. Red Barrels Games, that's who does Outlast. Sorry guys, just got somebody signing into shit. I'm wondering too if they're doing the new one. What is that? Trials? Shit. Outlast, Red Barrels. Streaming by myself and hanging out. Buy from Hacker PC, PS4. In the remote mountains, Colorado, horrors wait inside Massive Asylum, a long-abandoned home for the mentally ill, recently reopened by the research and charity branch of the transnational Murkoff Corporation. It's been operating in strict secrecy until now. Acting on a tip from an inside source, independent journalist Miles Upshur breaks into the facility, and what he discovers walks a terrifying line between science and religion, nature, and something else entirely. Once inside, his only hope of escape lies with the terrible truth at the heart of Mount Massive. And then, oh, okay, Whistleblower. I always thought that was like a second game. I didn't know it was just an expansion. Game starts as a prequel to Outlast, revealing the reasons behind Mount Massive Asylum's outbreak, while simultaneously overlapping with the main story to reveal its conclusion from the previous cliffhanger. Yes. Yes. Outlast 2. I believe this is on Game Pass right now. I've been meaning to play through it. I'll join the stream like a scab on your knee. What's up, dude? I'm just hanging out. I'm really drunk right now, and I kind of got a headache. I'm just chilling, reading through shit. Good to see you, though, Colin. I got obliterated tonight. I'm like second drunk now. Trying to, like, make sense of my own brain with this game stuff. But Mitch has a buddy who is coding. I'll get drunk with you. Isn't like fucking like 8 in the morning over there or something right now? Oh yeah, it is like the weekend though. It's like already Saturday there, I think. We know we want to do something horror. I'm not sure about first or third person yet. First makes the most sense because it's less animating and stuff for the player character. But man, now I'm like, I kind of feel like I have to check out Outlast 2. So I'm a few hours, work social club is doing a cocktail night on Zoom. Oh, shit. I, I can't even like do that. My job is like my girlfriend and her parents are my coworkers. I went out for the first time tonight to a public place. So we'll see how that goes with COVID and everything. If I randomly die, I loved you all. These were the best of times. It was a good time though. It was weird to like see people. We met a couple there waiting, like hanging out outside where MGK was playing because my girlfriend's a big fan of his shit. We met a couple out there that randomly ended up being from the exact same town we live in. And it ended up being the little sister of a girl that my girlfriend went to high school with. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I can never remember how far ahead you guys are. And it's Saturday too, right? So yeah, you're like 14 hours ahead because it's 2:30 a.m. here. Fucking insanity. Yeah, but we met a couple who are like a couple years younger than us and from the exact same town as us. They like said the name of the town out loud, and I did like a double take and was like, wait, that's what I was gonna say. What the fuck is going on here? And we found out they literally live like a couple streets away, and we ended up hanging out with them for like an hour because the cops showed up to the MGK concert. Somebody had to get like medically pulled out of the show, and the cops showed up and opened up all the gates, and all the gate security just like walked away. And so like I just walked in with Beth and that other couple. It's like, fuck it, gates are open, we're going in. I'm not paying $300 to see fucking MGK. Been awake since 3 a.m. because a mate of mine was bouncing off the walls, tripping hard. God damn. I just had a buddy recently try to give me a mushroom bar. So they're like legal up in Mass now. They're legalizing that shit all. We still can't get weed federally legal here, but just random states are legalizing fucking mushrooms now. And I think it's like Oregon where Vince is at, where they're just like fucking legalized everything or decriminalized it, I guess. I love the look of all this shit. So I have an idea. Oh, yeah, I get that. You can get pretty fucking out there with that stuff. They have comics too. Oh, that lettering is dog shit. That art looks familiar though. The Black Frog? What the fuck? That art looks really familiar. JT Petty and the Black Frog. Oh, that's pretty cool though. It's all Can you dudes still hear me? My mic cut out evidently. What's up, Benjamin Soto? StreamYard just had a new error that I've never seen before. I'm looking at the company that made Outlast, the video games, Outlast 1 and 2. I'm looking at their website right now, and I didn't know that they had, like, comics and stuff, too. I mean, the art's that, like, sort of shifty. Yeah, I don't know what happened with my microphone. Sorry about that. It's kind of that, like, sloppy concept art sort of style, but I think it kind of works with this, too. These covers are really striking, too. I think this fifth one's kind of, but I like the baby being held up. This guy kind of has, like, a King in Yellow vibe here on part 4. First one's pretty weak, too, though. The yellow tie, though, that I remember I played the first Outlast. I played through the whole thing. It has, like, some awesome serial killers in it and stuff that you sort of just, like, you can't fight in it, so you're kind of just, like, passing through the area and avoiding guys and hiding from them, like, under beds and in lockers and stuff. It's really well done. Yeah, it's kind of, it looks like Ben Templesmith stuff early on, especially when he was, like, I really liked Ben's stuff early on. I actually just got Beth to watch 30 Days a Night, the movie, with me, because every time we talk, like, comic book movies, I mention that one, because that's, like, one of the more accurate ones that's always forgotten about. But Ben's style was, like, weirdly, like tighter than it is now, but also looser, if that makes sense. So, like, it was really tight, like, overall composition and everything, but it was like he was still finding his style. So, like, different things were more loose, and now everything, he's completely come into his own. What was it, Wormwood, that he did, and there's a bunch of other stuff he's done since then. He started his own company, like some, is it 8 Squid or something, like, it's like a number squid. He's evidently a really rad dude too. He's on Twitter. But I've always liked his stuff, but it is kind of like, it does remind me of early Ben Templesmith. It's like Ben Templesmith if someone else was coloring his stuff. This has to be the Yellow King. He's got maggots crawling out and shit. Or the King in Yellow. For all the fucking diehard Lovecraftian nutcases that are like, you call everything wrong. Yeah, I don't know anything about these guys. Studio Immersive Horror, Montreal. I love Montreal. Ooh, look at that guy. That looks like, that guy in the middle literally looks like Tom Green doing a character. That style of art worked well in the Metal Gear Solid games on PSP. Hell yeah. What were those ones? Was that Portable Ops or something like that? There was a couple of them, right? Because those led into Ground Zeroes. Oh no, I think you're talking about the card game ones, even earlier than what I'm thinking of. And I think there was 2 of those. Yeah, that guy in the middle literally looks like Tom Green doing a character. It's blowing my mind. Whoa, guys. Oh, okay, there's Tracy. I was like, where are the women here, gentlemen? What's going on here, France? Canadian Frenchman. Well, this really is just a studio of dudes. It's 2 chicks. We're surrounded on all sides, ladies. There's 3 girls in this whole studio. 3 French girls. 2 turtle doves. Yeah, I'm really drunk. No Acid had a comic style. That's what it is. Portable Ops and what is why can't I think of what the Peace Walker. Jesus, dude, why that wouldn't come to me? That is, like, my favorite game series. They did, like, a weird, I think it's like a port of Peace Walker, but I only ever played Peace Walker when I got to go over to my friend's house. Like I remember I had like bought my own little like SD card for the PSP so I could have my shit on there. I'm drunk and out of my mind. I'm gonna go make pizza after this at like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm trying to think of other. I can't think of other like modern horror experiences that aren't like, oh wow, this is what Ryan and Jeff have to deal with behind the scenes when we're doing the podcast. Is I get too drunk and then I can't function as a human being. Yeah, I've been trying to recall like horror experiences that I liked in gaming that aren't just like the Resident Evil games and the Silent Hill stuff. At least the first two. Most of them look like they want to know if I want to put my latte. Yeah, that's like 90% of Montreal though, Ben. My girlfriend's family has like family from up in Canada, so they would go to Canada like every couple of years. And early on when we started dating, they were like, we wanna bring you up to Montreal. And I was like, oh shit, I've been to Canada once. I was like 15, 16 years old, and I went up to Prince Edward's Island with my family, so it's not like I could cut loose and do anything insane. But I went up with her family to Montreal, and we just got like absolutely blasted the whole time. I was like 23 years old. Not a care in the world. We went up with like her parents and our friend Brian and his mom. And like we were mostly just like out with Brian a lot of the time getting hammered. Montreal is basically like really clean New York City, and everyone is like super polite. But if you're like a chain smoker like me, French people are like so polite they'll just walk up to you if you pull out a cigarette and be like, could I bum a cigarette off of you? And then you literally have like 20 French people just smoking a whole pack of your cigarettes if you're real polite. Condemned is definitely on the list, both of them. Suffering Ties That Bind was another one that I really liked. We talked about that on here. Clive Barker's Undying is the one I realized I had never even. I thought that one was canceled, like the one that Grandma's Boy had in it. It was like Clive Barker's Demonic. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that was a canceled Clive Barker game that was in that movie, Grandma's Boy. System Shock 2. That's the other thing. System Shock games are a blind spot for me. I don't know if they were even available on consoles, but I couldn't find them on consoles as a kid. And I didn't have like a really good PC growing up. So for the longest time, like I couldn't even run System Shock on the stuff we had. Yeah, Demonic was canceled. That was the one that's in Grandma's Boy. And I mean, when you see it, it's like a really, even for that era, it was a very basic, like, third-person shooter, essentially. It just kind of had, like, a cool aesthetic to it. Lone Survivor. Dude, my stomach is making all sorts of insane noises. Gut rot. Doom 3 was rad. We actually used to, like, my buddy Dale got that, the night it came out. What year was that? What were we getting into at this point in time? 2004, yeah, we were 14. We were probably smoking pot, pounding Mountain Dew in Dale's basement, or his bedroom. He had like, so Dale was the kid where like his dad was so into gaming when like Atari came out that he always made sure Dale had like all the dopest shit. And yeah, like we would go over to Dale's house for sleepovers, like, and they would let like fucking 10 of our friends crash on just like a random Friday night. It wasn't even like a birthday or anything. It was like, we're gonna have like fucking half of his homeroom sleep over. Sans the women. The women were only allowed over like for like special parties. That's like how strict Dale's parents were. Was like, you can't have women around. Sausage fest it up however you want. Invite the whole fucking boys worth of school to a Halo party, which we used to do shit like that. But yeah, he would have like fucking like 11 of us sleep over, so we would have 12 people all together, and we would literally set up 3 TVs with 3 Xboxes and play Halo all night linked up. I think it was 3. It was just like round the clock. I know we at least used to do the 2 TV setups, but fucking holy shit, man. That was like what got me hooked on gaming, and that was like before even YouTube was really super big. We would just all be smoking, drinking Mountain Dew, and trying to like stick people over and over again from across the map and all sorts of shit. Dude, Parasite Eve, that was such a like unique and weird experience. Like that's like a game that's impossible to talk to people who haven't played it. That was like part Resident Evil, part like turn-based shooter. I remember the shooting almost being like the Fallout games, like VATS. Couldn't you like it was like time stop and shoot specific areas? Like before that was even a thing in games, you could target like critical points and shit. I remember that being super in depth. Yeah, and that was before Silent Hill. My dad's girlfriend, her kids had that game. Their dad had bought it for them randomly. It was just like in a bargain bin, and we started playing it. And we're like, holy shit! I don't remember if it's the opening or later in the game. Oh, see, it was like kind of turn based though, right? It was like weirdly like RPG-esque, but had all the survival horror elements from what I remember. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII gameplay. That was such a unique like I can't think of another game like that that's like oh, we're gonna be a straight up RPG, but we're gonna scare the shit out of you. Because I think it was towards the beginning. It might have been the opening, but that like opera scene, yeah, the opera bursts into flames, and you see Eve's like first form. Holy shit, man! I don't even think we ever beat that game. Because what year was that? Damn, I can't type for shit tonight. 1998. So yeah, I had to be 8 or 9 years old when we were playing that, and my dad's girlfriend's son, this kid Tyler, was this like exact same age as me. I think he was born in July. He was like 3 weeks younger than me. And like me and him would just stay up all night playing this, and I don't think we beat it until we were way older. I don't think I ever played the second one. I wonder if I can grab those on GOG or something. Vagrant Story was another one. I just always dug the art for it, but I don't know much about it. I played like Breath of Fire 4 and stuff like that. Didn't get a PAL release. P2 did. Okay. Yeah, the opera burst. I just remember that being like super insane. And then I remember it getting really slow for a while. You're going through like a hospital or something, like collecting ammo and medical stuff. PSN has them. No GOG version. I don't just grab it on PSN then. Yeah, whoa, that was one that I didn't think of at all. Like, I really like the Condemned games. I had those on, I can't remember if it was Xbox or Xbox 360. I think it was the 360. Excuse me. But I played both of those. What else had you guys mentioned? Man, I should see if there's any like footage or any more like on Demonic. I always wondered like like I knew it got canceled. I just didn't know what the hell they did with it. Undying is the one I need to look at. Prey's great too. Yeah, I don't remember what one this was. Clive Barker's Undying is a horror first-person shooter developed by EA Los Angeles. The game was produced by acclaimed horror writer. He also provided voice work. Okay, that doesn't tell me dick about this. Looks weird as all hell. Wicked old school. Oh, are you like a mage or something? Woo, this looks wicked old school. I know Mitch is into boomer shooters, so I'm sure he would be way into something just like we're going to do a horror shooter, and it's just blasting dicks off of everything. He'd probably be pumped for that. Night Dive Studios are working on a port of Condemned 2. Interesting. Yeah, I saw Undying popped up on the search for GOG. I think it said it was like 75% off right now. Yeah. Oh no. The game has horny Clive Barker things. It's $1.50 right now, boys. If you want to get horny with Clive Barker, yeah, you're a spellcasting gunslinger. Yeah, I know Mitch is into like OG Doom and all sorts of stuff, and boomer shooters in general. So I think that's probably where he's leaning. But an idea sort of like clicked with me this week that I need to start fleshing out. It's survival horror, but I need to sort of talk with Mitch and his buddy and see what we can really do. Oh man, House of the Dead ripped. I had I think the first two on Dreamcast, and one of them, if you beat it, you unlocked like another one of the game. It might have been House of the Dead 3 you unlocked. I don't remember. Or maybe one of them unlocked an older one. I owned two of them, and one of them, when you beat it, it unlocked, maybe it was the original, but it was really fucking cool, and it was on Dreamcast, so the Dreamcast Gun Con worked really good. That was like one of the tightest systems ever, if you ever had it. Saturn port of House of the Dead 2. Was that good? I also got, because I was a nutcase nerd, this probably is a little bit of foreshadowing that, I eventually became a writer, but I got Typing of the Dead. If any of you dudes are familiar with that, has House of the Dead 2. Okay, if you beat it, it secretly unlocks another one of the games. I think it's the first one then. Oh, it's a bit shit. Dude, the Dreamcast was some wacky shit. And I got that shit like secondhand from a friend who just like hated it. I feel like I got it really late though. When did this shit come out? Yeah, 1998, and I got mine. I think I was like 13, secondhand from someone. So I didn't even think it was that fucking old. When I got this shit, PS2s were already out. And I got a PS2 for my, I think my 15th birthday? 14th or 15th birthday. But it had already been out for a while at that point, too. And I still was like, holy fucking shit. Being a poor kid. Yeah, PS2 is what, 2000? Yeah, 2000. GameCube, 2001. God damn, man. Sega Saturn came out when I was 4. We got that when I was like 6 or 7, and that blew my mind. I have Typing of the Dead Overkill, which is the Wii game, but made pretty and typing. Oh man, I didn't even know they were... I would almost get a Wii and a keyboard just for that. That got me like really good at typing back in the day, weirdly. Yeah. It was awesome. And you didn't even need like a special keyboard for the Dreamcast or anything. It was just like plug a keyboard into this shit. It's a weird system. So strange. And it had those like what are they like? I don't even think they were 8-bit animations on the memory card. You had the fucking big, it was like a cube memory card that popped into that fucking giant controller, and it had just like a 1-inch by 1-inch screen that was like maybe 20 pixels across the whole thing. And I think some of them tried to have like games in them or something. I'm pretty sure the fucking memory card itself had buttons on it. they're 8-bit technically. Yeah, man, that was the most whack-ass 8-bit stuff. I'm like, it was so crazy. I'm pretty sure they tried to do, like, little mini-games on there. Like those old little Mr. Game & Watches. Yeah, those were fucking wacky. Yeah, because of the onboard processor. Yeah, my little kid brain couldn't fathom all of that. I remember, I think I ended up selling my Dreamcast because I thought it burnt out, and I sold it to this dude that like fixes all sorts of fucking old consoles and stuff. And I found out afterwards the fucking power cord had just blown out. But at that point, I had like got the PS2 and everything, and was just like, I'm balling out. So you can still get games. That's fucking crazy. What the fuck do you even have to make? Like, what engine are dudes making games for Dreamcast in? That's insane. I remember like the boot disc. I had a friend who had his all set up with one of those, and that was another thing that just like my dumb brain couldn't understand. He just had like thousands of games. He's like, why play one Power Stone when you can play all of the Power Stones? FX Unit Yuki. This isn't going to be some more porno. The Henshin engine. The fuck, dude? It's like, I don't think I ever even played a 2D game on Dreamcast. Or I'm looking at the wrong one. Sega Dreamcast. Is it a 2D game? Yeah. Know what I remember from Dreamcast? Speaking of horror, Nightmare Creatures. Nightmare Creatures 2. I don't remember if both of them had Rob Zombie involved, but I'm pretty sure one of them did. And I made the books who made it. What the fuck? How do you know everybody? I need to link up with a bunch of dudes who understand Unreal or Unity and can fucking filter my big stupid brain into that. It's like, I know telling a story. Everything else I'm fucking figuring out right now, wandering in the dark. When it comes to game design or development, I should say. I'm not a programmer. This shit, man. Was Rob Zombie involved in this, or was he just like part of the promotion or something? There was one I remember that being like Rob Zombie was like fucking all over it. Maybe he just did the music for it. I don't remember. It was pretty weird. But you can every once in a while hear the TV in the other room, and it's making the strangest noises. I have no clue what is on in there. Music by Rob Zombie. That's exactly what it is. The PlayStation version here. Wow, man. I don't even remember what the fuck happens in this game. The old bandaged face, though, man. You can tell I've been loving that for a long time. Holy shit, dude. I remember this just being an absolute ass beating of a game, too. Bobby Gould did the music for it. I feel like I'm tripping or something right now. And look at that case. Nightmare Creatures. Yep, that was just like the heaviest thing in the world. Oh, fuck this guy. Yeah, down in the subway. This thing fucking sucked. I'm pretty sure this is what beat me to death all the time, and it's not even like a boss or anything. It's like, all right, you're not very far. Oh, yeah, look at this cool dude. Yeah, I didn't see any of this shit. Yeah, I was such a dumb kid. Take it easy, Ben. I'm flashing back to Bob and another. I'm too drunk for that one, Colin. That went right over my head. Bob Gould. Damn it, Konami. Did Konami really make this game? And wow, why did that game suck so much? Konami used to rock. I gotta see, like, who the fuck? Whose idea was this game? Callisto Entertainment, Stefan Lay Dorsey? 3 dudes made this game. Okay. Came out in 2000. This was like a launch title almost. It was a launch title for the PlayStation, pretty much. That's insane. Or no, if that was regular PlayStation, I'm thinking PlayStation 2 came out that year. So it wasn't a launch title for either. It was way past due. Seeing the adrenaline bar abandoned and the addition of fatality moves to execute weakened enemies. I don't even think it was that good. Features licensed music from Rob Zombie and cutscenes, while the in-game music was composed by Nightmare Creature's composer. Okay. So that's why I was always confused about Rob Zombie being in it. I'm not sure I ever even got to most of the cutscenes. Yeah, PS1 came out in late 1995. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't a launch title. I thought it said PS2 at first when I was reading it. It's like, wait, that's PlayStation. That means it came out way late in the PlayStation, because 2000 is when the PS2 came out. I remember because we were like, holy fuck, and I didn't get one for years. This is insane. What? Then he falls down a chute, which leads to a biplane that he flies to France. What the fuck? It says he's in Paris already. But then he uses the plane to fly. Holy shit. My little kid brain was like, this rocks. That's hilarious. PS2 game Ghost Hunter. What? What the shit? Oh man, the Hunter the Reckoning games, those were just like Gauntlet. Third person shooter. What the fuck? Some random shit I've never even heard of. Just a guy blasting shit. This is what I have initially told Mitch. I was like, if we're working in Unity, we should just do something low poly and super old school. This looks fucking wacky. Huh. Yeah, I've never even heard of this. Guy looks like an asshole, but... Officer Lazarus Jones of the Detroit Police Department never believed in ghosts. But that was yesterday. Oh, that is... just fantastic. My top 7 PS2 survival horror games. This looks fucking wacky. I hate that cursor, but... Well, if so, Resident Evil got away with calling an action-centric 6th installment a survival horror title, I can get away with this too. Rudimentary shooter, but fun. Clock Tower games. Those are other ones I've never played. Resident Evil 4 is obvious. The Thing. Now, this was a game that I remember loving and then went back and played, and it is not great. remembering how they marketed the mechanic, that it was like what's it called? There was like a paranoia meter and everything, and different people could like kill themselves at different times and all this stuff. Forever Sleeps. The Suffering is number 3. Project Zero, Fatal Frame, and Silent Hill. Yeah, that's some real enlightening stuff. Just what I thought it was gonna be. This is the kind of shit though, like just seeing other stuff like this. It's like the idea I have is a bit more subtle, but like I can't even think of many modern ones either. True AI, Co-op, and Paranoia. Yeah, that was all bullshit. None of that actually worked. Everything was scripted and happened the way it was supposed to. If like the wrong person died, you lost the game. So it was like it wasn't like you could get a different ending or anything depending on who died. That would make millions of dollars now. If somebody made a thing game where it's just, it's basically you make it like Among Us, but you make it a single player experience where you go into it with this cast of dudes, and the game is going to tell you, or the game is going to make one person the thing, and you're not going to know who it is, and you just need to go about your business in this outpost, go about your day, and shit goes sideways like it would in the movie or whatever, and you have to start figuring it out with your team and either eradicate the thing or watch you all like one by one get picked apart. I think it would be really cool to do that, but it would take a lot of like scripting and figuring shit out where it's like, okay, if this guy dies at this point, how does everybody's reactions change and all of that? And that's a lot of different what ifs you have to figure out. Ifs, ands. Now look at Devil Daggers. What is another game? I keep wanting to put a question mark at the end. What the fuck is this now? It's like Doom with a wizard. A gothic arcade FPS spooking up Steam Greenlight. What the shit? This looks wacky too. I dig the art style on it. And everything's just like black, unless it's glowing. Whoa. This actually looks cool as shit. I dig the designs. Very cool. Acid Hell. Yeah, that's red. Arena shooter, low poly. Yeah. That was one of the big things we were talking about early on, is like if we can do something low poly and simple in Unity, I know I can write a decent story and everything. So it's like it'd be cool to fuck around with that, but we got to get really good gameplay mechanics and stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah, I might actually check that out. I was like, I gotta remember this, but I'm like, this is recorded, so I wasn't gonna stream for too long tonight. I know there's a new Outlast game coming out. I think it's like Outlast Trials or something. But that looks weird as shit. I think it's Trials. Yeah, the Outlast Trials. It's like a Saw-esque multiplayer game, from what I've gathered. But you're all sort of working together to escape this weird ass place. Ask me, because I'm the dude. Did you make Devil Daggers? Are you the Devil Daggers man? Yeah, it launches in 2022. And there's like, there's Dead by Daylight and stuff like that, but I'm going for more of a narrative experience if we do something. I'd love to eventually do a slasher game, but I told Mitch that's going to take some time and us doing something smaller first. Which is why I think I have a solid idea for this. Be a little like maybe 3 to 6 hour experience. And like we do that, just charge like $1 an hour. Huh. Yeah, this will be interesting. Looks weird. Looks like it's got some spooky vibes, boys. Oh shit, they got the album on vinyl. It's a nice looking vinyl. I'm slipping into my listery. Look out, Project Warlock. No, I don't need any more fantasy stuff right now. Don't con me while I'm drunk. No, but I know a guy who knows a guy. I know everybody. Yeah, I need to talk with Mitch soon and start figuring out where we're gonna go with things. All the different nonsense we need to figure out. I'm thinking or first person, like I said, horror games with great sound. Who gives a shit? I know there's like a bunch of wacky shit on Steam that just is all over the place. What is it? Scorn that is coming out soon or just came out finally. Horror games on PC. Is that Metro? Yeah. All the best horror games. System Shock 2, Amnesia. I'm Scared. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, most of this shit is like, oh, it's kind of spooky, I guess, once. I don't know, man. Evil Within, Until Dawn. Fucking know. People's idea of horror is kind of all over the place these days, I guess. Even Resident Evil 4 isn't like super spooky or anything. Nothing real spooky. Oh, who's this bastard? He's not looking great. Yeah. Do as I say, you chip eating gumboot. Oh my god. It feels racist for some reason. Horror game in a sound mind? Oh no, is that a freaky mannequin? That ought to spook you. Independent developer We Create Stuff announced their psychological horror game In Sound Mind today at PC Game Show. It looks like a horror game, alright. Dark streets, hanging meat mannequins, static-filled TVs. In Sound Mind's announcement trailer doesn't show enough originality to impress seasoned horror fans, but maybe its demo will, which is available right now on Steam. According to developer, In Sound Mind will subject players to unsettling corridors of your head. Okay. Kind of just sounds like it, yeah, kind of just sounds like it ripped off, what's it called? Fucking PT. Why I couldn't think of that. I'm reading this description of this game, and it's pretty fucking just. Oh, we played PT and we were really bummed that it didn't get made, so we made a really cheap looking version of it. Oh, this looks like butthole. The studio that brought you Nightmare House 2? Oh, I'll get on this. How about Alan Wake getting the remake coming out soon? How about all that? Sanitarium. Cat Lady? Are you fucking with me now? The Cat Lady? This? It's like a 2D adventure game, it looks like. I thought you were fucking with me now. Sanitarium. Sanitarium, I feel like I've heard of. Okay, are they both point and click? The good old days. That's what I mean. There's a lot of that on Steam. I want this to be like just full on interaction. Like that's what I'm thinking, just first or third person shooter of some sort. But I don't want there to be tons of shooting technically. Or if it is, I want there to be a lot of layers to it. Like I want guns to jam and all sorts of fucked up stuff. Like I want the odds to sort of always be stacked against you, because once you understand the story I'm going with and the vibe and point I'm trying to make by the end, it all adds to that. It's basically. I think one of the texts I sent Mitch was like, "Has anyone does Dark Souls the shooter? Like, is there Dark Souls but with a gun?" I just wanted something that makes you like hate yourself and you're horrified to play it. Okay, you want to build from System Shock 2's playbook. Yeah, I've always heard about System Shock. Never got to play it. Didn't they like remake one of them recently or something, and it got all fucked up because they like kickstarted it? Was this one the one that it's like kind of like Event Horizon vibes? That's what it looks like. Oh, that's yeah. I've definitely seen stuff from this. I definitely didn't play it though as a kid. God damn, games used to kick ass. Remember when you just put a new game in and it absolutely blew your dick off? Those were the days. Oh man, yeah, the System Shock remake has a new demo on Steam and GOG. Maybe I'll check that out like a sinner. Yes, it's called Devil Daggers. Make the gun super powerful, but that wouldn't work for reasons I don't want to explain right now. As of right now, I'm also just calling this small town because it's the easiest way to encompass the whole thing. But something clicked with me. I was actually going to put one of the movies on that inspired it after I get off of here. Pass out watching that. But there'll be more guns and stuff in it and things going on if I have my way. But that's why it's like, it's a 3-man team. So I got 2 other dudes I need to talk to and make sure that we're all on the same page. And they all agree and everything. But we're eventually going to make something that's more turbo powerful gun shoot 'em ups. Like Devil Daggers seems, I wouldn't be surprised if Mitch already owns that game, because that seems right up his alley. Something like that would end up being our thing. System Shock 2 can now legally drink. Ooh. I just remember seeing that box as a kid and being like, holy shit. I don't know who this woman is, but she is crazy looking. Yeah. This chick. I've heard her name before, too. She got some crazy cyberpunky name. Yeah, look at that. Kick ass. Looks cool as shit. Concept papers indicate that Prey 2 was created as a successor to System Shock 2. A bummer. This is the one that was canceled, right? Yeah. Where you were a bounty hunter. Every time there's a cool bounty hunter game, they get canceled. That's what we'll make when we figure our shit out. We'll make our bounty hunter game. That's basically what that new Vigilance game that Behemoth Comics is doing. We'll see how that pans out. I don't know how far along it is. I was kind of surprised they announced it so early, but that's how a lot of games do things nowadays. They just announce things and start looking for funding everywhere. I told Mitch, I was like, we can talk about the idea and while we're fleshing it out and everything, but I would rather just get a working build of the game out there and let people play it than worry about funding early on. It's like, that's why I want to build out something small that we can actually manage, hoping that Epic will stop fucking around and give us the full access to metahumans soon. So we still only have the browser base, which sucks. And you only use it because you only have 10 of them. Oh yeah, no, I get that, but for what I have in mind, basically the easiest way to describe it is we want to force your hand. Like, you may have a gun, but I want a constant internal struggle with the player with whether or not to use it or not, if that makes any sense. So the limited ammo thing kind of works with it, but it's not even more so like conserving your ammo. It's more so like what it's going to bring down on you, I guess. And things get out of control. Yeah. This is why I don't want to talk too much about it, because I don't want to say anything that I'm like, I don't want people to think we already have like some fully solidified idea before I talk to the dudes. Oh no, I'm familiar with Sweet Home. But before I talk to the dudes, I don't want to say too much, because like there's things I'd love to do in it, like a paranoia meter and stuff like that, but that's all shit that takes a lot of coding and everything. And I said I want to keep this first one more simple and about the story. We can get good at working together, make a tight game that plays really well, and it's again not. It's more so about who you don't shoot, I guess, and how you handle yourself, where you go about things, when you go about things. I was looking at I was watching a video, I should say, on YouTube about Deadly Premonition, and then I think the other one's Missouri Falls. They're two games from this big wave of like basically AAA Japanese fan fiction for Twin Peaks. And those really like started to get my brain turning, because if you're not familiar with them, they run basically, I think they just called it in real time. for that age, and it basically just meant like every NPC in the game had like a pre-scripted like their B grade. I like Deadly Premonition was like very massively marketed. It made its way over here and everything. I wasn't sure about Missouri Falls. The video I watched though mentions Deadly Premonition as a AAA just Japanese title, or Korean, or I think it was Japanese though. But just that like real time aspect of every NPC and everything has like a set life and path they're doing and things they do at a set time. That was always so like fascinating to me. And I couldn't like think of a lot of stuff that did that. I know there was stuff that did it to an extent, but it was more so on like a day loop. It wasn't like I guess Deadly Premonition, because I haven't played them. I just watched this long ass. It was like a documentary on it, basically on fucking YouTube. I think it's on like a week cycle or something like that. It says where you play through this story. Oh yeah, back then. I mean, these are old ass games. I think it like at best it's like PS2 when they came out. Missouri Falls looks. I think it might have been PS1 era. It looks like absolute ballsack. Universal Studio. Hey man, someone wants to give me $1 million to make a movie. We won't fuck around. So me and Mitch were saying if we somehow got a grant or something like that for the game stuff, we could all basically be like, we're game developers full time now. My ass would be able to take regular trips up to Pennsylvania to like physically meet with him and the other dude and start planning shit. I remember really liking the like shooting and handling in the Riddick games. That's another one. If we go first person, I really need to think about like the game feel of all of that. Like a lot of horror games now, if you can fight and stuff, there's a lot of like gun sway and shit like that. It's all really weird. It's all things we have to consider. The Dead Island games and stuff like that. Oh yeah, what the fuck is the other one? Yeah, that's a Dying Light 2. That's like coming out soonish. Yeah, this shit with all the screen blur and wacky bullshit going on constantly, I'm kind of getting bored with. It's like just like fast paced, and when it's just like fucking no room to breathe constantly, it's kind of fucking obnoxious. I remember it got to a point for me before the following, I think was the big update for Dying Light 1. Before that had come out, it just got to be like such a fucking slog in that game. I personally find the ability to miss is dog shit. Oh yeah, I forgot that was even a thing. I would much rather being Mr. Ice with no ammo. I call it yeah, see, I never played that one either. I watched that same guy. I think it's like Grimbeard is the dude's name. I think that's the YouTube channel. I'm not subscribed to him. It just like popped up, and I started watching it after I watched a like retrospective on the whole Resident Evil series, and I was just like, what the fuck do I love about these games so much? Because the story's kind of butt. Like, it's all over the place and corny as shit and super Japanese. I love it, but it's like, it's weird as hell, and like, I'm not like a diehard fanboy about even the new ones like a lot of people are. 7 was fun. 8, I didn't even get. I played a little bit of it at a buddy's house. I was just like, oh, okay. No HUD and low ammo and an unmarked sanity meter. That was like Eternal Darkness. GameCube, man, that game just fucking made you hate your life as a kid. Avalanche Reviews. We did the RE retrospective. I'd have to look it back up. I think it was like a bigger like gaming website or something. It was like multiple parts. And it's just sort of like going through the story and history and stuff. And then it was like I started to look into like behind the scenes stuff on those and like Shinji Mikami games and shit like that. Got like really into a wormhole. But yeah, it kept coming up with like a lot of really weird shit. Those deadly premonition and Missouri Falls, those like I like that idea of like you show up here at this point, you might find this, or you show up later on and like you show up at this point, you find a bunch of people getting executed by a bad guy, or if you show up a half hour later, you just find a pile of bodies and dried up blood. Yeah, did like 23 videos. Oh, Avalanche Reviews is who you're talking about. That might be it. I'll have to check that out though too if it isn't the same one. I'm just like I also am like a like I think that's like the autism brainwaves like I like just listening to people talk about shit they're really into, especially when it's shit I'm into and I can like absorb more of that. See different perspectives on it and stuff. Like maybe there's something I missed. Even with shit I don't like sometimes. That's even better. It's like, did I miss something? And I'm just like not taking the time to fully appreciate the story. Should I run it by one more time? I can't even tell what the fuck that statue is. Collector's edition is super nice, but quite pricey. Oh, you've baited me in with this article. It's just like a guy in a mask hitting a zombie. $400 fucking dollars. Blow me. Statue with stylized UV lamp. What the fuck? There's not even a good picture of the statue. You can't even see it well. And they're already sold out. Insanity. It just looks like a guy with like a red helmet on. That's insane. People pay $400 for that shit. And that's like a paint job you can do yourself at home. That's fucking wacky. Just a UV light that turns on and makes the whole thing look purple and dog shit. He's agreed to do an interview with me because I'm the guy who seems to know everyone, so I might as well start getting the stories out there. Hell yeah, dude. I'm just so fascinated by people like that. That's what I'm like. I told when Mitch and me were talking about it, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm interested in writing stuff for it. It was like, I have always wanted to just, like, even if it was just intern at a place for a little while, I'd love to work at a game studio and learn more from those people and be able to pick people's brains and learn more about this thing that I love so much. And the older I get, the more I just want to create shit and the less I want to, like, play those things, if that makes sense. Like, it's more interesting to me now, the prospect of creating a game, even if we fail, than, you know, like, just playing games for the rest of my life. I can't do, like, every year's Call of Duty and shit like that. Would I be up for an interview? Yeah, man. It's a matter of setting up a time and a date and everything, but yeah, I'm always down. I've been telling dudes forever I'm down to come on whoever's channel, do whatever, but I don't get invited places. Always the bridesmaid. Damn. I don't remember Dying Light looking that good. Shit. Yeah, we hung out, we talked some video games. It's been a bit now. I'm kind of fucking hungry now and I'm still slam hammered. Yeah, I've been going an hour and 15 minutes. It's 3:30 in the morning here. I'm gonna go eat some food, get a little bit of writing done. Oh yeah, man. You can blindside me, whatever. It's no big deal. I'm not worried about any questions. If you just let me know, like if you want to talk about all the shit I'm doing, if you just want to focus on comics, whatever, that's easier. But yeah, I'm up for whatever, and hopefully we'll at least start prototyping things soon with the game. Mitch has got a headset and everything now, so we'll be able to get together on some StreamYard calls real soon and start figuring shit out. Yeah, we will definitely talk, man. I'm always down for an interview. Oh yeah, the Spencer experience, beautiful stuff. But yeah, thank you for hanging out. Anybody else that's lurking in there, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out tonight, mumbling around with me for a little bit, and I'll probably be streaming later today because it's fucking almost sunrise here. Crash out for a bit, and I'll be back tomorrow. I'll try and rope the dudes into coming on, so it's not such a slow night. But thank you again, dudes, and I will see you later.